first Monday in 2022. Y'all, we made it to another year. Oh my goodness. So grateful, so thankful. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I'm just grateful and humble to see another year, y'all. My God, He's been so good to us. He's been better to us than we've been to ourselves. All right, let me just speak for me. He's been better to me than I've been to myself. I'm just so grateful and thankful to see this 2022. And this year will go however you want it to go. Okay, if you just thinking that it's the same year, I don't know what everybody's so excited about. I'm excited because I'm still here. There's so many people that are not here anymore, and God kept us. God kept me. God kept you. And I'm so grateful and so thankful about it. And this year, 2020, I call it 22. 22, I actually heard it from Lakeisha Michelle. 2022 is personal for me. It's like, no, I just can't give away my time like that, because this time is of the essence. Time is valuable. Here today and gone tomorrow. You can go to bed fine, like totally fine, and not wake up. You know what I'm saying? Here today, gone tomorrow. We see what's happening, right? So my time is just so important. Super, super important. And it's personal. Like, I'm just not going to just give it away just because somebody wants it. It got to make sense for me. It got to be aligned with my purpose and my plan that God has for my life, not for me. I was listening to Daniels this morning. He was talking about great. He said something that made so much sense, and I actually shared it on my page. The greatness in you produces elevation in others. We all have greatness in us. We really do, right? And those things, right? We get out here and we show people, we teach them through our testimonies, through our words, through our actions. And we produce other people. We elevate other people. And that's what it's about, not just sitting on it. Because you know the story of the parable of talents. When God gave them all those different talents. I think it's like 3 different people. And everybody multiplied their talents. But one person say, what did you do? What did you do with your talents? He buried his talent, right? And he was like, oh my God, you slothful servant. Like, you didn't do what you were supposed to do with your talent. Like, we all have talents. He give us these things for others. It's not just for us. The stuff that we go through, the stuff that happens to us, happens for us, I like to say. It's for other people. It's not just for us. The stuff that I went through wasn't just for me. It's for somebody else. And so I don't take it personally, not anymore. I did. And I was listening to this song by Tasha Cobbs, and it's called Why Not Me? And what came to me was your heart. God will allow your heart to break into pieces so He can put them back together. And when He puts it back together, there might be some, it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same way. It's going to be better. And you still might have some cracks there. And in those cracks, your light will shine for others whose hearts are in pieces also, right? And it's like, you know what? Look at her. She went through that. And God just did all this stuff for her. Like, I see the light. I see the light. People see my light, right? They're attracted to my light. People see your light. They're attracted to your light, right? They come to you. They maybe ask you, they might want to talk to you, conversate with you, or whatever the case may be. People are attracted to that, right? So when I'm speaking and I'm sharing my story, it's from one heart, from one mended heart to another broken heart, or another mended heart, right? I speak to those individuals, right? That's my greatness. The stuff that I went through, wasn't just for me. It was for somebody else. And that's why I will continue to shine my light. That's why I will continue to share my story. And this New Year's, I went to the beach. I love going to the beach, because for me, it's self-love and it's self-care, right? I'm nurturing my soul. I'm nurturing my spirit. I'm nurturing me, period, right? I could have been a million different places. I could have did a million different things, right? Now, what I also did was I called in. We had virtual service online, so I attended virtual service, and I was sitting there, and the pastor was asking people to give, anybody have any testimonies? And what I noticed with myself was, my intuition tells me to do stuff, and like another voice will be like, don't do that. You know, the ego will be like, don't do that. Why you gonna do that? Why you telling this? Why you doing that? So you know what? I'm quiet. I'm putting the ego in the trunk. The ego's in the trunk. We ain't got time for that. So I gave my testimony because I was so grateful that God brought me through the, 2021. You know, that things happen, and guess what? We still made it. We still made it. There's some people that are not here anymore, but God kept us. And my testimony was just like, my God, He's done so many things. Why not? Why not thank Him? Why not give your testimony? Because during last year, the first part of last year, I had to have surgery, and it took a whole lot out of me physically, emotionally, spiritually. And it's just, and at that time, here's the testimony that I gave. At that time, I just did not know how it was gonna, survive. Not just thrive, survive. Like, how was I gonna, pay these bills? Like, because when you're out, nobody plans to have surgery, right? And if you don't have an emergency fund, which that's one of the things that I'm working on this year here. If you don't have an emergency fund and something like that happens, it'll set you back financially. But God, Jehovah Jireh, He was a provider. When I say I had stuff coming in out of nowhere, I can't explain it to you. And that was my testimony, because He's a provider. He's a healer. Like, He done so many things in my life, and I know that for a fact. I used to sit around, listen to other people say, give testimonies and say all that stuff, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. But when it happens to you, when it happens for you, it's different. It hits different. And I was just, oh my God, I gotta say something. I gotta say something. Why not? Why not? Right? And so, for me, the big awareness that came for me was listening more to my intuition and doing what my gut tells me to do. A lot of times we ignore our gut and we be all in our head thinking about all this right here, or somebody else gives us an opinion, or there, whatever, and we go on with that, and it's like, no, you know stuff, you feel it, right? So just trust that. Trust your intuition, because it will not lead you wrong. Trust your intuition, because it will not lead you wrong. And that's what kept coming up for me, because every time I wanted to do something, it's like, no, don't do that. Yes, I just kept hearing, like, no, don't do that. And I did it anyway. It was probably about 70, almost 80 degrees at the beach, because this weather has been crazy nice lately in December, right? And I wanted to put my feet in the water. So I took my shoes off, and I just, I walked up there, and I was like, I don't know. And this lady was like, how's it feel? I was like, I don't know, I'm scared. And I heard myself say that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So I put my feet in the water, and then the little wave came up, and it came probably up to my pants leg, and it felt so good. It felt so good. I know it sounds so simple, but it's stuff like that we just be like, oh, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I ain't gonna do it. Oh, I'm gonna do it. And once you get in your head about that, then you get complacent, you get stuck. So I just did it, and it felt so good. It's like grounding. You just take your shoes off and you walk on the ground. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's very free. It's very free, and it's good for your soul. I'm just saying. I was just, I just was all in my head about it. And a lot of times I get in my head about things, and I overthink things, and I do nothing. And I just, 2022 is going to be different. I'm not going to be all in my head. I'm going to trust my intuition, because she got me. She got me, and I trust her. And it's so windy out here, y'all. She got me, and I trust her. And I'm going to just listen more to my intuition for 2022. Also, and I just want to continue to grow spiritually, emotionally, financially. Those are some areas that I will be growing. I plan on growing in, and just being unapologetic about how I feel and what I do, and not being all in my head, because a lot of times we get all in our head. So y'all, I started working out. When did I start? It was before New Year's. I'm trying to lose weight, and I will be losing weight. Let me just, you gotta be mindful of your words. I will be losing weight. Okay, that's the goal. Snatching my body back. So I got up early and I was like, I'm gonna run. I haven't ran in so long. So I ran a mile in like, I think the first time was like maybe about 13 minutes, almost 14. And I did that for 5 days. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is a new thing for me, right? We can sit around and say we want to do all this stuff and then do nothing about it. And it makes no sense, right? So faith without works is dead. You have to, you pray about it, but you also have to put in the work. You don't just sit there and think, the fat is gonna fall off my body. I gotta do something. I gotta be proactive, right? So I'm being proactive, and I did that for 5 days. So I know it takes 21 days to form a habit. So this is my new habit that I am forming, right? Day number 6. Got up extra early this morning, so I'm getting up an hour extra because I know me. When I said, you know what, when I get off work, I'm gonna do it, and I'll get out, on my way home, I'll come up with 1,000 excuses, and I'll get home and I won't do it. So if I do it the first thing in the morning, it's over with. I'm done, right? I'm good. I'm Gucci, and I feel good, y'all. I got up and I ran. I feel really good. You feel good when you work out, and that is a form of self-care too, and self-love, taking care of your body, because your body is the instrument that will help you achieve your goals. So you gotta make sure you're taking care of your health and you period. So yeah, day number 6. So I'm gonna do this. I do it on the weekdays. I don't do it on the weekends. I give myself time to recuperate and rest. So yeah, so that's my new thing that I'm doing, because I got goals, and in order to achieve those goals, you gotta break it down. Like, what are the steps? Because we can make these vision boards, we can set these plans and stuff, and I'm telling you, when I look at my vision board, it's like, oh my God. I break it down. I break my vision board down into things I'm working on right now within the next day or month. I break it down like that, and I go from there. I write down the steps of what I plan on doing, right? Daily goals, and then you have monthly goals, and then you have daily goals, weekly goals, and monthly goals. So when I look at that big picture, it's like, my God, I don't want it, right? That's just me. So I break it down into steps and things I'm gonna do, and I go from there, because when I look at the overall picture, it can be exhausting. That's my opinion. So this is why I did it the way I did it. This is the goal is to lose weight. What am I gonna do daily? I'm gonna run a mile daily, except the weekends, right? So just breaking it down till I get there. And any other goal I have, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna break it down in steps and what I want to do it. And what's my plan? What are the steps? What are the action plan? What am I gonna do today? What am I gonna do weekly? What am I gonna do monthly? And set your goals according to the outcome. If it's something big, you gotta give yourself some time. And you can change the date as many times as you need to. Okay, you gotta do what's best for you. What else I got? I think that's it. Super excited for 2022. I don't know what it holds for me, but I know who holds it. I don't know what 2020 is going to hold for me. I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I know who holds it, and I know I trust him. I trust him, and I believe him, and I love him, and I know that he'll never put more on us than we can bear. So just grateful and thankful to still be on this journey of life. He's still writing our story, and we're all in different chapters. So don't look at somebody else's book and see that they're in chapter 25 and you're in chapter 2. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, because you are exactly where you're supposed to be. All right, trust the process and trust God. And I am complete. You guys have the most amazing Monday. The first Monday of the new year, and I'm here to tell you, if you have to start over, you can start over as many times as you want to. It does not matter about the date on the calendar or the year. It doesn't matter. You can start over as many times as you need to. All right. Happy 22. Have the most amazing Monday. Peace.